Should you be a good Samaritan to supersize and grow your business? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. And our idiom, our expression for today, we're going with the spiritual theme for the month of April is, or spiritual well-being, Good Samaritan. Now, I specifically asked, should you be a good Samaritan to supersize and grow your business? Because we all know there are lots of businesses that are tremendously large and they aren't particularly good Samaritans, good stewards, good citizens, good or positive entities at all for the people that they serve. They serve for things that we need and desire, but they don't necessarily serve us in a way that is particularly kind, good Samaritan-ish. Now, this is one of those idioms and expressions that comes from the Bible. It is the story of the Good Samaritan related to us in the books of Mark, Matthew, and Luke by Jesus. Of course, Jesus said that we need to be a good Samaritan. He tells the story in the parable of the man who'd been beaten and was starving and hungry and needed help. And a lot of people just walked by and ignored him. Nowadays, they'd be pulling out their phones and taking videos of things when they see things going wrong and posting them on social media, looking for their 15 minutes of fame. Instead of helping, so often now we see people just standing by and watching things happen that they could interfere, but they're afraid. We're afraid to interfere because we might get sued, we might get hurt, we might get whatever. So you don't have to be good to supersize and be successful in business. There's so many examples of that. Good and big business aren't necessarily the same thing, but good and big business can be the same thing, right? Some of my favorite brands, some of my favorite companies, some of the businesses I do business with, and actually all the businesses I do business with the exception of cell phone companies and utilities where I have no choice and I have to do business because I want those services. I want heat and electricity in my home. I want the internet so that I have the ability to communicate with other people and stay in touch with other people, especially during this crazy last couple of years we've had with the pandemic and things where we've all been physically mandated to be isolated and separated. So what the heck is a good Samaritan? A good Samaritan is someone who, I say, does the right thing. I've got my We Can Change the World t-shirt on today because it's one of my favorite t-shirts. It reminds me that we need to be the change we want to see in the world. And business owners and entrepreneurs are in a unique position to have a positive impact on the world. Now, I'm not saying jump on all the BS political bandwagons and media things. I think that we should keep our noses out of that. As business owners, it's just like I don't think we should talk about politics or religion in our business unless we have a political or religious related or spiritual related business. We should just not even, it's not a part of our business. It's like people's ethnic background or sexuality. It doesn't matter one bit to my business. So why would I ever bring it up or make it a topic of discernment or a topic of segregation or a topic at all, right? If I'm helping people, because all of our businesses, in my opinion, again, I asked should on purpose because this is totally my opinion. We can be a good example in the world or we can be a bad example in the world. It's entirely up to us. We can choose to put good out into the world or put more negativity and more bad out into the world. I take issue with this whole focus on the problem, make it worse for people as part of marketing because it rubs me the wrong way. I don't want to make anything worse in the world. I want to make things better. So to me, being a good Samaritan is asking yourself questions about what kind of an example am I setting with my business? What kind of a culture am I creating in my business? What kind of community involvement and citizenship am I being for whatever and whoever my business serves? Am I being a good steward of the resources and the opportunity I have to impact others, or am I just doing whatever I can to enrich myself and my business? Am I doing and considering all of the stakeholders and all of the, not just shareholders and people that are part owners in our business, although there's a lot of big companies that focus only on shareholder value, which we see that often leads to making short-term decisions that have a long-term negative impact on other stakeholders. Stakeholders are anybody that has any way of possibly being impacted by our business, by the things we do and say. Who are our biggest stakeholders? Those that we love and care about, those people in our family, those people closest to us. Yet so often we see in relationships, just like in businesses, the people that we care the most about are the ones we unload on, we dump on, we and I'm guilty of this as well. I used to, whenever I was frustrated about something, I would talk to my son about it. And he finally said to me one day, he goes, Mom, I get it, but I'm not capable of helping you with this, so don't tell me about it. And he was absolutely right. Sometimes we just need to vent, but sometimes we should vent to our magnifying glass or our cup of coffee, or go talk to ourselves outside as we go for a walk, versus burdening people that we love and care about with things that really aren't important. When we look at the overall big picture of things, they just don't matter. So I actually love this idiom. I wish I was a better Samaritan and I had the ability to help out more in different ways. And I'm working on that as I get older. I'm working on how can we continue to give back to the world in a positive way. Like I said, it's really easy to jump on the negative bandwagon and set a bad example, but I don't want to do that. I want to jump on the wagon of good and making the world a better place. And I guess I wrote some notes about intention and being the example. What do we stand for? What direction? Because what we stand for and our vision can bring people along with us. We can be the example. It'll determine what actions we take. The actions we take will determine the results we get. There are ways to use just about everything and just look at just about anything in the world from a positive and a negative standpoint. And I will contend that the people with the positive, optimistic outlook will always, in the end, be more successful and happier and more fulfilled than people that have a negative focus. All right, that's my ranting about a good Samaritan. Let's see if we can be a good Samaritan today. Go out, make it an awesome day. Love to know your thoughts on this particular idiom or expression and how, and if it does impact your business. Do you, is it something that you consider, hey, what kind of an example are we setting for the rest of the world? What kind of a precedent are we setting? What are we doing? Is this moving us toward our vision or not? And is our vision one that positively impacts the world? Or is it just something that we've created and we really have never even considered the fact that we are global and corporate citizens, or that we have an impact on the communities where we operate? All right, have an awesome day. Be with you tomorrow.